Hello everyone, I'm Tracy and thank you for tuning in today. So today's video, I'll be going over the unusual weather patterns that are hitting the Hawaiian Islands right now. And what I'm talking about are the rains that are coming in and hitting mainly Oahu and the Big Island. So if you've been following the Maui story, you'll know that Governor Green signed into law 3 weeks before the Lahaina fire, his ability to bypass building codes and the ability to not honor historical districts and not having to follow building codes when there is a state of emergency. And he is declaring a state of emergency. I'll play that announcement right here.
Forcing officials to take preemptive action. In a statement, Governor Josh Green says, "We are taking our preparedness seriously. The National Guard is on hand to respond swiftly and effectively to any emergencies that arise from the Kona low storm conditions." As of 7 p.m. Wednesday, the city activated the EOC, with Mayor Rick Blangiardi urging residents to take precautions now. If possible, stay off the roads, especially on Thursday. And if you must drive, be aware of hazardous conditions, including ponding on the roadways. In Windward, Oahu, rain gauges recorded 10 inches of rain in areas on Monday, turning roads into rivers, stalling cars, causing landslides, flooding businesses. Waiahole Poi Factory, just one of the places that ended up underwater.
All right, so a lot of those clips were actually on the windward side of Oahu, which is not where the TOD corridor plans are. Real quick, I'll bring up the map of the TOD redevelopment plans. And if you see here, it kind of starts around Ala Moana. This is where the Honolulu Zoo is, and it goes all the way up the west side, up to East Kapolei. So this is where the rail is planned. And these are areas that are being slated for redevelopment. So I wanted you guys to see these areas. But when they talk about the windward side, that's not the area that you saw just there. And I'll play this other clip with Governor Green's announcement.
We don't normally get rain that much on that side of the island, so what we are going to likely see is more poor drainage than what we would see on the windward side, where we have rain happening more frequently.
And that was the reason that Governor Josh Green was quick to sign the emergency declaration yesterday ahead of what's expected to be heavy downpours over the next couple of days. Now, the Department of Emergency Management, they did activate their Emergency Operations Center as of 7 o'clock last night. They'll coordinate all the different response teams, federal, state, local, and also non-governmental responses. We'll have more information about that available for you on an article I'll have up this morning at KITV.com. For now in Pearl City, Robert Buon, Island News.
All right, so that was explaining how Governor Green has activated the EOC. If you also remember in the fires on Maui, Mayor Bisson did not activate the EOC or fully activate the EOC, or he didn't declare a state of emergency till 8 p.m. And that was after the fire had already destroyed the town of Lahaina. So it is to me, it's a little unusual that he was so quick to declare it a state of emergency and activate the EOC, but that is what he did. And I'm going to play a couple of clips going over this unusual weather pattern. They're going to explain how they had 10 inches of rain in 24 hours, which is 10 inches for the leeward side is normal for a year. So they're getting a year's worth of rain in one day. And then I'll play that right now.
The city's emergency management director says some windward areas got more than 10 inches of rain in 24 hours. Officials say while they clean up today, they're expecting more wet weather in town and leeward areas tomorrow.
Okay, so she was talking about the windward side, and I'll give a little insight as to why the windward side is hit so intensely with the rain. It's because the mountain range will actually trap the moisture when the wind and the moisture hit the Ko'olau Mountains. it hits the windward side, and that's the area that I'm from Kaneohe and Kailua, and it'll cause, there's always just more rain on that side of the island. So if it's raining on the Honolulu side or the leeward side, the chances are the windward side is getting hit even worse. Okay, and then here is a explanation of this new term called the Kona low. And for those of you in Honolulu or on Hawaii, let me know if this is a term that has been going on, because I had not heard of this term before. And so I'm assuming it's kind of a newer phenomenon, but I'll let you hear the explanation.
So it's like a conveyor belt of deep tropical moisture that we're going to be focused over us the next couple of days, and that's going to be directed over the island with those south winds. It acts like a pulley with that low pressure system, bringing up that moisture from the south. And with that Kona low, we could have heavy rain, flooding for several days at a time. And history books does show that with Kona lows, we have been seeing record rain, and we could see that again. So this area of low pressure is cut off from the jet stream. It's spinning counterclockwise, and you can see pulling up that moisture coming in from the south, and that will be a concern at least through Saturday. Maybe some models take it through Sunday. Then we have another disturbance at its heels sometime next week, but we'll talk about that later. Let's just deal with this one.
All right, so that was her explanation of what the Kona low is. And she was saying in history books, this is what happens. But in all of my years living there, I have not heard of that term. It's very common for the weather people to say the Kona winds, which is like the southerly winds, and it tends to be, I guess, warmer and drier. But the Kona low, this seems to be on every local news station. And then there's also videos of people that are experts explaining what this phenomena is. But to me, it's a new weather pattern and a new term. And here is a state senator from the Big Island explaining how these rains are not normal.
Senator Tim Richards says the sheer volume of rain is highly unusual.
This amount of rainfall, this amount of flooding this quickly, because it was a very severe, intense. I'm not sure we can say we have normal weather patterns anymore.
There's just so much rain. I mean, this is an area that, you know, on the charts, it says what we get like 7 to 10 inches a year, and we got more than that in just a short amount of time.
All right, so there are people from Kona saying that this is unusual. This is an unusual amount of rain, and I would agree. And if you are in Kona or in Honolulu, let me know if this is something that's happened before, or if this is unusual. And I'll pull up the TOD map so you guys can see again the areas that are being slated for redevelopment. Oh, and I forgot to mention I did a video a few weeks ago going over the Honolulu TOD corridor plans, and I'll put the video right here. So if you want to click on that, you can see the video I did on that, and it explains exactly what's going on there. So that is the main thing I wanted to bring up in this video. Something that I caught, or Shane found, is this funnel cloud. Now, I'm not saying this is a sign of geoengineering or weather manipulation. It's not what I'm trying to say. I just thought it's not something you see very often, although it's not a first for Hawaii. There are a small amount of tornadoes that have been recorded in the Hawaiian Islands, but it's very rare. So this is that funnel cloud that someone took over Pearl City. So Pearl City is a little west of Honolulu. And this was taken yesterday. So today is Friday the 17th, and this was on the 16th. Okay, so that's the main thing I wanted to discuss today. So like I mentioned before, right now, Oahu and the Big Island are getting the heaviest rains, are getting the strongest part of this Kona low weather system. And then this weekend is expected to go into Kauai. And very soon we have a video on Kauai and the redevelopment plans that are underway on the island of Kauai. And I also have some information about the police chief of Kauai, who is also, like John Pelletier, from the Las Vegas Police Department. So I think that's going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye.